My name is Chris Bernard. I'm the founder and Chief Digital Officer of Doc29 Marketing. Thanks for joining me today to talk about the top 10 basics of small business SEO. A couple things to mention here. I've been doing this now about 14 or 15 years. We get a lot of questions about SEO. If it's complicated, as a small business, can I do it myself? And the answer is yes, but it requires a lot of work. Some tools make it more effective and more efficient, so definitely recommend some of those. But many of you who are searching out for the top 10 small business SEO tips are really struggling, and I want to let you know that if you failed before at it in the past, fear not, there is hope. You are amongst a good many people, so keep it up, and when and if you think it's necessary to go ahead and outsource that, definitely makes some sense. So without further ado, we'll give you an idea of the critical factors of SEO, kind of the basic foundation things that need to be considered. First of all, content is indeed king. If you don't have good content, it isn't really going to matter. You can fake the engines out for a little bit, but it isn't going to stick. So definitely want to consider putting in the extra effort to identify the right keywords, right, and then get good content in place in an optimized environment so that your stuff stays ranked. Okay? You definitely want to identify the right keywords and be consistent regardless of where you use it, whether it's blogs or YouTube or Vimeo or on your regular standard search engine pages or social media posts. Be consistent with those keywords, right? And then understand that there are tools out there that are free. So for example, the Google Webmaster Tools at google.com/webmasters/tools to score your rankings. So use that as a scorecard. Web CEO is also one that we use on a regular basis. It'll give you, I think, the top 5 keywords as far as rankings and optimizations under the free program, which can be good. So take a peek at that. Now, the top 10 basics of small business SEO. Drum roll. Keywords. Know them and use them consistently across platforms. We kind of talked about this. But know what those keywords are. And I'm thinking plurals, I'm thinking singulars, I'm thinking detail with specifics. So read this, or reviews and rankings, or whatever it is that are specific keyword search terms are pretty important. Use them consistently across all things electronic, right? Number 2, implement URL rewrites with keywords being visible as early in the website address as possible. So whatever .com/keyword/ something else would be optimal. And there's debates whether right now whether you use a hyphen for multiple keywords or keyword phrases. So bright red shoes, bright dash red dash shoes, or bright _red _ shoes. At this point, there doesn't really seem to be too much of an actual performance variance. However, we've gotten kind of the habit of using the dashes, which seems to work out best for us. So play with that, test it, but it really doesn't matter too much. H1 header tags. Make sure you have H1 header tags implemented on your website, and only one set. If you do multiple, make sure they're H2 or H3 or H4s, whatever. You can go crazy with those, but one H1 header tag, please. Number 4. Use 1 to 3 keywords at most per page, and 2 of those should be probably similar. So for example, used car, used cars, right? Those kind of things. Way too many sites try and pack a whole bunch of keywords into one page, and the search engine actually feels somewhat schizophrenic. So please use your keywords strategically. Build out 1 to 3 keywords per page max. When I say keywords, again, it's multiple keywords as well. But keep them, 2 of those keywords should really be very, very close together, almost synonymous. 5. Use keyword-rich title tag and meta descriptions. If you don't have it in there, make sure it's there. Some of your CMSs, such as your WordPress and Joomla, don't. They have global, which is great. They allow you to set that to page level as well. Please make sure you use that. Bold your keywords. So this is number 6. Bold your keywords in the body. I mean, essentially, when you look at a page, Google needs to be able to say, okay, I get it. I get the keywords that they're trying to hit. I know what this page is about, right? So that's really critically important, that when you visually look at that page, your H1 header tags are going to be probably your biggest content and copy on the page. You're going to have bolds in there. You're going to have alt image text tags and those kind of things. What is that page about? And Google's trying to figure that out. So these are kind of signals that allows Google to understand that, right? So bold your keywords in the body. Number 7, use hyperlinks in keyword terms. Instead of saying contact us, something like contact our keyword specialist now by clicking here. Put that keyword content in the link in order for Google to understand that's worthy of providing a solid link for. It's something we want to take and guide the user experience through because we know there's value. Again, another signal. Okay, and you may even want to bold and bold that as well to give that a little bit more prominence on the page. Use alt and title tags and images, preferably in the 1, 2, or 3 images that show up on the page. So as you do your view source, those IMG equals, make sure that those images have title tag, have the keywords in there within the top couple of IMGs that are showing up in that view source. Your CMSs in some cases will allow you to dynamically insert the title tag, the title of that page, into there. So you'll have something like, well, you have alt equals in quotes keyword and end quote. But you'll be able to dynamically insert that based on the title tag, which is very, very helpful. So WordPress, Joomla, some of those will allow you to do that. Number 9. Use the keywords in the copy 2 to 3 times consistently in the first 200 to 300 words. This has been around for years, okay? Google's trying to figure out what those pages are made of, right? So it's going to look at the top 2 to 300 words and try to distill, quote unquote, what that page is about. And the way it does that is looks for these signals in that first set of copy. Okay, you can have a very long page, that's great, but make sure that your keyword is in those 2 to 300 first words on a page. Very important. And again, very basic. Number 10. Make no excuses. If you're in marketing, digital is your job. Okay, I don't care how your organization is structured. Okay, whether you handle the offline media, whether or not even potentially you're in the accounts payable, accounts receivable section, whether you're a CMO, if you're writing descriptions in the product department for your organization, it is your job to understand how digital is impacting this, because everything is important. So it runs down that structure. If we understand those keywords, okay, we should be strategically implementing that through our marketing communications. Again, whether that happens online and offline. So please don't get distracted. It is your business, it is your job. And these are important things that will allow your organization to become prominent for certain keywords. Okay? All right, so now that you know the top 10 basics of small business SEO, I invite you to visit doc29i.com. The blog is running on this. Would like to get your feedback, your thoughts, your impressions. So glad to get that communication fired up. You'll see links directly to that blog post either below in the description here or some off or to the left or to the right, depending on where we post it. But feel free to communicate using the blog post. Would love to hear back from you, or even if there's comments on this page. By all means, look forward to that as well. All right, hope you're doing well, and hope you think that was worth the time. Take care. Bye-bye now.